Hello and welcome to Diary Migration Lawyer. Today I want to talk about something not so fun, cancellations and refusals of visas. What does that even mean? Where do you stand? Do you have to go home? Can you appeal? All of these fun things. So what I wanted to do is try and give a little bit of an overview of a very complex subject to be able to help people that are in this situation. So we're first going to talk about a visa refusal. So if you are in Australia at the time of visa refusal, what will happen is you will then have what's called a Section 48 bar applied to you. So this is Section 48 of the Migration Act, which essentially says you can't be granted any more visas while you're in Australia, and you can't really apply for any because you've had a refusal since the last time you came into Australia. There is a little bit of a loophole though, is that Section 48 does have some exemptions and different types of visas that you might be able to apply for even though you've had a visa refusal. This increased during the COVID period, and it starts to now include some of the regional skilled visas and also a partner visa. But what you want to look out for is things that might be added to your visa requirements as a result of being refused a visa and now applying from that state of having a refused visa. So even though you might be able to apply for another visa, that's great, but you need to ensure that you know exactly what your visa criteria are. So that's under Section 48, and that's for a visa refusal. For a visa refusal as well, you will have some time to appeal the decision. So you have 21 days to send an appeal to the Administrative Appeals Tribunal. That's going to cost you a bit of money, and you will need to lodge an appeal for each part of the application. So for example, if you lodged a TSS, you can't appeal a TSS visa without appealing a TSS nomination. So just keep that in mind. If you've been refused something like a partner visa, there's only one application there, so that will be the appeal that you're going to make is of the decision on that visa application. But you'll have 21 days to do that, and if you don't apply within that 21 days, you will lose your right to appeal in most circumstances. There is some finicky little pieces of law that might mean that 21 days is extended, but it would happen in very limited circumstances. If you then get to the tribunal and things don't go your way, then you then have 35 days from the date of the decision that the tribunal makes to depart Australia, because by that time, you're probably on a bridging visa, and you don't have any other substantive visa options. If you haven't applied for another visa, you've got 35 days essentially to pack up your life and start to take steps to depart Australia. If you don't want to go down that path, or you're a little bit worried about that could be you, I would highly recommend that you get in touch with a lawyer or someone that might be able to help you to guide you on what your path is. And of course, I am a lawyer, so giant disclaimer, this is obviously general advice only, and I certainly wouldn't be acting on this video, but it does give you some understanding of the things that might happen. So you've got a visa refusal, you get a Section 48 bar, you can potentially apply for some visas, but check out the criteria that are going to be added as a result of that. Or you might be able to appeal, and you can do that within 21 days. So there are your two pathways once you've had a visa refusal. The difference though with a visa refusal and a visa cancellation is that a cancellation happens immediately. So if your visa is cancelled, it will literally be cancelled at midnight on the day that you get that cancellation notification. You don't have time to pack up. You don't have time to think about your next steps. What you need to do is regularize your status. So if you've had a visa cancelled, you need to apply for a bridging visa E, and that will help you regularize your status so you can stay in Australia lawfully and take a breath and figure out what your next step is. This is different from a visa refusal because a visa refusal gives you a little bit of time to play with to figure out what your next plan is. Whereas a visa cancellation, it happens immediately, and you need to take a step the first day that you're an unlawful non-citizen, which is the day immediately following that cancellation notification, so that you can then get a bridging visa E, regularize your status, take a breath, figure out your next steps. So that's a little bit of a difference between refusal and cancellation. I guess the takeaway is a refusal might give you a little bit of time to play with. A cancellation really requires some pretty quick action by either you or a representative. If you are in this situation, or you're in one of those other tricky situations where you've received a scary letter from the Department of Home Affairs and you're not really sure what to do, this is something that we love to do. We love to solve complex problems by giving you simple advice on your next steps and how to get from point A to point B. Thanks for watching Diary of a Migration Lawyer. If you would like some more hints, tips, tricks on how to do migration yourself or with a strategic partner like a migration lawyer, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, Diary of Migration Lawyer.